Look at that answer.
We welcome each one of these young men, and they're going to sing for us at this time, the King James Version.
I'm John. This is my daughter, Rebecca.
And music has always been a part of our life.
You can tell by his playing.
I'd like to tell you a story of what has happened to me. My heart was burdened with sorrow and my life.
Notice the length of the hair? When's the last time you saw me with hair like that? There we were, singing in the People's Church. That was actually it. In the early 60s, in the mid-60s, when I was 16, 17 years old, we got a quartet going because we were crazy about Southern gospel music. And it was a way to connect with people. And if we could maybe do something that would bring some joy to other people's lives, and then, hey, let's go for it. Let's sing them out in our own church. And then who knows where that will go.
Look at that handsome group. Music was just always a part of our family. Wherever we went, we would always have music on. And so I know every Oak Ridge Boys song. I know all the Imperials. And it wasn't until I grew up that there's other music that people listen to. But it was all Southern gospel, and including my father's.
Oh, yeah. Here's a shot from the first Tommy Hunter show that we did. Tommy Hunter was the #1 show in Canada in the 70s. Oh my goodness.
I don't know that you've much.
Tonight, Tommy Hunter presents the Allen Sisters.
Good ladies.
El Journey,
Where did you get this?
King James Version.
You guys don't look very happy.
Let me be a little kinder, let me.
I know this song. This one was always, look at you.
Look at the length of hair in comparison to the People's so much before that.
I love the mics.
Tommy Hunter asked us, have you guys ever thought of changing your name? Because Churchman kind of, you guys are all young guys. Churchman's kind of like an old-fashioned name. And we said, yes, as a matter of fact, we have thought about it ourselves. And then when we changed the name to King James Version, obviously this album was out when we did the first Tommy Hunter show, and we phoned Vancouver and say, we've changed our name. And this album had come out, so that's the way they took care of that. I think it was the late 60s that when we got, 68, something like that, when we got associated with People's Church, yeah. Dr. Paul Smith, the minister at the time, I can still remember Paul having me into his office, sitting me down and says, John, we want to form forget the word that he used, but union, but let's amalgamate. You can call us your church, that when you're on the road, that we're affiliated with the People's Church, and we want to call you our group. And when I think of it, Rebecca, first time that she sang, she climbed to the top of the living Christmas tree. We used to have what used to be a Christmas tree at the time. At the very, very top, I think the song was Away in a Manger or something that the little 5-year-old would sing. And then after that, Rebecca sang holding little baby Jesus to the side. I forget what song was sung there, but that was again...
Toyland.
What's that?
Toyland.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Are we going to argue here in front of all this people?
It was Toyland, Toyland, little girl.
Okay,
in
you would
Boyland.
remember it.
It's the only way I know that song.
Okay. And that song was used for audition for Rebecca, who ended up singing in front of the Blue Jays. This is the year that the Blue Jays won the World Series.
All that's in this head is terror. Terror. So worship music is so different than performing or from any other type of music, because it just takes everything to a completely different place, a better place, because it's centered on God. This is a recent one of me leading, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, with the choir. I love the choir. I love being on the platform with them and the people there. That's great.
I so often sitting there Sundays, every Sunday probably when Rebecca's up on stage, the thought goes through my mind, back in my day, I used to be up there. Never once did I think I will have a daughter, that daughter would be up there exactly where I used to stand and leading worship. Total, like God is just amazing, and who knows what other, quote, surprises he has in store for us.
High tenor.
How about that? The King James Version, ladies and gentlemen.